I don't like going into GameStop anymore.
Oh, I've not been to GameStop in like 2 years.
It smells funny in my GameStop. I don't know if it's the people or what.
It's the people.
Is it the people?
Yeah, it's the people.
No, I take it back. I've been to a GameStop in 2 years. I haven't bought anything from GameStop in 2 years.
It's because a lot of babies go into GameStop, and babies pee. And pee goes on the floor. That's what it is. It's pee. It's nothing but baby pee.
Ain't nobody peeing in the floor in a GameStop. It's the people.
All I can say is I've only been robbed at gunpoint in one place in my life, and it was at a GameStop. So I don't go to GameStop that much either. But I forced myself to go back to break myself of the fear.
All right.
Fear of GameStop.
And then you realized there was nothing for you?
Let me tell you, that distinctive smell holds a whole nother meaning after you've had a silver giant gun placed in your forehead. Under that, sense memory, scent is one of the strongest triggers.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me tell you. Oh, it's a nice autumn day. I think I'll walk into, oh, Jesus, my pants pooped.
Did you poo yourself?
I didn't poo myself. I held it together pretty well, actually. I held it together pretty well.
Did you ever get like a free game or anything from them?
Fuck no, a free game. Fuck. Yeah, I got. You know what I got? I got an extra life. That's what I got. I got a 1-up. They said, "Get the fuck out."
No, I was just curious. Like, holy shit, we're sorry you got robbed at gunpoint. Here, take this game home.
They don't give
nothing.
a rat's
Really?
butt.
So I forget how this story went down.
You know what? Maybe for our listeners' sake, because they probably don't know.
They probably don't know. Well, this was way back when I was making money and buying games all the time.
Around 05,
whenever
right?
I wanted them. This
05,
was
06.
probably 05 or 06. No, 04 I think actually.
Oh, okay.
I went to a GameStop. It was right before closing, right around 8:30 or 8:40 or so. Guilty Gear X had come out for the original Xbox, and that's what I was going to buy. So I went there and I got it. Bought the game, had the game in hand, had it purchased, and was heading out the door, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to browse around a little, because that's what I like to do, browse around the GameStop. So I started browsing around for a moment, and I heard the front door rattle a bit, kind of abruptly, and I was, probably 7 feet from the counter, and I heard, there was a guy that went up to the counter, and I heard the distinct click of a gun being cocked back, and the gentleman said, something to the effect of, "Just be cool, give me all your money, open a safe, open a register, da da da." And and he was speaking in a kind of quiet voice, and I was like, "Oh boy!" So I heard that, and I was like, "Exit, stage left." And so I start to head out towards the door. And I take about 5 steps towards the door, and another guy is there near the door, and he draws down a gun on me, and is like, just turn around, don't go nowhere. And I'm like, oh boy. And they're all wearing Bandito masks. And so I turn my back to him, and I just start looking at racks of video games, and I'm like, this is how I'm going to go. Browsing for video games. What a fucking idiot. But no truer remnant of my real life. No truer example of died as he lived. As
a nerd.
You know what I'm saying? So sitting there and da-da-da. And the bitch of it was, the safe takes 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
To time out and open. So, luckily, there was already another family already in there with a lady and some of her kids. Frighteningly, another family came in during the robbery and were quickly shuttled down to the ground and, made to get down and everything. Because to all outside appearances, it was just a bunch of people browsing around in the store still. They weren't moving much, but they were just standing browsing around in the store. So the timer, it felt like forever.
Sure.
Forever.
So did the cashier say, "So can I help you guys find anything?"
Yeah. He really shouldn't have tried to sell him the guide. He tried to sell him the guidebook. I was like, no. Oh, no. But hey, do you have an edge card? He's like, motherfucker, no. It was. He's like, you get 20% more on your robbery. No, these fucks. So the timer finally went on the cash thing on the thing, and they grabbed the money, and it was just a mess. There was money all over the ground. They grabbed the money, and they start getting the money, and they're pulling all the money out of the safe and stuff. And then the really scary part, they heard all of us. There's probably 12 people back to the very back room.
Okay.
Oh,
And they're going to either kill us or lock us up in the manager's office. I don't know what. Anyway, we went back and they herded us all back there into the back office. And I'm very thankful there were so many people. I just don't think they had ammunition enough to kill everybody. I don't know. Really, seriously, I don't know.
So you were saved by sheer numbers.
Saved by sheer numbers, I guess. I don't know. But they all went in there and they ran out the door, and it was such a blur. Like, I saw one of them as I was getting herded away tear off and knock over a big stand, because there's all those standees everywhere.
Right.
Knocked over a big standee, a bunch of cash on the ground. Whatever. They ran out.
Sloppy.
It was awful. They weren't pros by any means. But anyway, so we all get back there, and we kind of hanging there for a minute, and we're just like, what the fuck do we do? So then we get out, and they've gone, and we're all just really, really shaken up. It was another 3 hours after that with the police coming in and taking statements and everything, and trying to match faces to stuff, but it was everybody was covered with bandanas, so I had nothing for them. So, but
Did you at least get a discount on your games?
No, man, no. I almost died for Guilty Gear 2.
Just had
Guilty Gear X.
no. You would have been fine just with the Gear to the Gear. It was staying afterwards.
Yeah, it was browsing.
Not going in, getting out, and going home playing the game.
It's true. Well, maybe. Or maybe I would have accidentally caught the eye of one of the would-be assailants as they were heading in and been shot on sight.
But then that would have foiled the robbery from the beginning.
Man, you never know. You never know.
Boy.
You never know. But
That's
anyway,
true.
So that was my harrowing GameStop experience.
I do love that story, I have to say.
Yeah. It was frightening. I didn't go to work the next day.
Oh, yeah, I know. He called me up. He's like, "Oh my God, dude, I just got fucking robbed."
And you know what?
There's one question you haven't answered.
It
How
was-
was Guilty Gear X?
It was pretty good. But I love the Guilty Gear series.
It was like right down the street from us,
Yeah.
literally.
Thankfully, I didn't get robbed. Like, they didn't take any money or things from any of the people.
That's good.
That was good.
Well, there's
But
that.
it was
That's good.
still awful.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But I got to hand. No, my hat was off to those GameStop employees. They handled themselves very well.
Nice. That's
you know?
good to hear.
And I mean, they stuck to policy, tried to
Right.
sell the guide, and no, no, it was good. It was good. I mean, it was as handled as well as could
You get
be.
a complimentary subscription. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
I there's no way to go down from there because that's just such a fantastic story. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's
I would
pretty
try to sell
awesome.
the guide.
It's pretty awesome.
I'm sorry you had to experience it, but vicariously it's great.
Like I said, I live for this shit.
And speaking of
I posit that it might be better to completely cut off certain stretches of highway for 10 or 15 days and get some shit done.
That would be a good idea, but why didn't they do that here? I don't.
Because
there's more
we
details.
don't do
We're
that
not hearing
here.
about it
No,
yet.
I'll tell you why. Because in China, no one has any rights to anything. Here, we have all these people that, oh, you can't cut off my Starbucks route, and that's where I go to Kmart. And also, I have a business over here, and also a residence. Blah, 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 blah. In China, they're like, okay, here's what's happening. Every road closed for 5 days. You have to eat. Go eat the grass. Everybody, sit in your car and shut your mouth. If you pee or poop on the road, there's going to be a tax on that. We're coming around, check with a flashlight. So don't do it.
I'm gonna have to ask Rob about this because he's in China.
I
right
guarantee you, it's a not dissimilar story from the one I just told that will
now.
come forth.
I'll ask him about it.
You better hold it.
as we've done in the past with rock band style games, Guitar Hero games, I have the list right here.
All right.
So we'll quickly go through them and give me kind of a yay or nay.
All right.
As to what you think about this. All right, there's a lot of them on here, but we can do it quick.
This is because we got the guitar action coming up.
That's right. So keep in mind this involves, more instruments and pro mode. All right, so it's a more well-rounded game.
Yes.
Do these songs do it for you? Big country in a big country.
Yay.
No.
What? No, really?
That's one of the best guitar riffs in any song from the 80s.
Don't say nay, say no, because we can differentiate it.
I got a feather and I tickled my friend's butt. He said, "Hey, what are you doing with that feather on my behind?"
What?
That's the actual lyrics.
Yay, if only Paul sings it every time it goes
Tickle
on.
my fanny with a feather now. When I take a shit, I will poop on a feather. The feather you're tickling my ass with.
This would be the moment that you cut his mic, like I was talking about.
Nope, can't do it. Listening to a song about pooping and feathers.
Well, we'll have to do it. We'll have to do an unboxing.
But there will be a next time for this show, because that's all there is for time for this show. So I am Master Torgo.
Dr. Vlarg.
This podcast is Batman.
And 80s Jeff.
And tune in next week for another Week in Geek on
We
CouchCast.
get to talk about Paul's bung.
Okay.
Tickle with a feather. Tickle with a feather.
God.
Tickle with a feather.
Why
And
do
a
you
treat
encourage
comes out.
him?
A treat
Why?
comes out.
I
A
like
treat
it.
comes dancing out.
I like it.
Tickle with a feather. And a treat comes dancing out.
You like
A
tempting
stinky,
fate?
horrible treat comes dancing out. A greasy, stinky, horrible, nasty, feather-covering treat comes
Where's
out
it from?
Sounds like
from my brain.
sounds like a Trent Reznor
From
song.
my crazy brain.
What is it? Was you and Trent Reznor?
No, I'm just making it up. You tell me.
There's nothing wrong with some Trent Reznor.
Tickle with a feather. And a treat comes out.
Found a feather, found a feather, found a feather on the ground. Oh, I'm so lucky to find a feather, a bright blue feather on the ground.